Hey, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing this time around? It's another episode of the Truth Hour. We're just gonna get in the tap today. So for this episode, we're gonna talk about Trump getting past, being able to be immune from official acts by the Supreme Court ruling on the 6-3 decision to basically immune him from his official acts of law, so he can't be prosecuted when it comes to stuff he did openly or publicly, quote unquote. I feel like the Supreme Court is setting these preconditions to where they can rule Trump and the right wingers can rule on some neo-Nazi shit, basically using the courts to basically defy law. Trump's already talked about having a police immune from law. Then his acolyte DeSantis has also stopped the police from being oversighted when they do crime, and it's just setting up the preconditions for lawlessness and evil and terrorism and mayhem, and you not being able to do nothing about it. Which is just crazy, man. When you think about it. And I need people to really understand what's being set up. It's basically they're setting up Germany 1933, a neo-Nazi state, basically, with Trump playing the new Hitler, the new Mussolini. And if you've noticed, the media, which is controlled by the ruling class, oligarchs, 1%, they've had a hard right turn towards Trump because they don't want to be taxed. They don't want to. They're facing these mass strikes. And what is the reaction by these people? Strike breaking. What's the number one thing fascists do? They bust up unions. They strike break. They gouge wages. And Trump is a wage gouger and a rude one too. Tell that son of a bitch to get fired and all that shit. That's them basically reacting to the working class economic growth. They don't want no economic growth, not by the people. They want to continue to have prices high and all of that. And do you think the Republicans are for the working people? Traditionally, the working party has been the Democrats. We know that because things have been socially engineered and they flip stuff, that, that New Deal pro-worker party has been flipped and destroyed. We know that. But you have that right now. And what the right wingers do, all the right to work states are in red states. So then they're having their guy win. So what do you think that means? Wage gouging. He's already said he's trying to destroy and obliterate Medicare, which healthcare. He's trying to any sort of social program, any sort of mobility by the poor working class or anybody who isn't in the upper echelon, the elite, the 1%, the plutocracy, and all of that, who isn't in. They're gutting basically. They see what's going on. They see the rise. They see from the Black Power rise to the economic rise with these strikes to the 99 versus 1% in '08. Like, if you haven't paid attention, this is what the fight has been against basically this entire time. When the financial crisis, well, we can go overall. This has been a fight against the Economic Bill of Rights, against high wage, high skill economy, against the FDR thing, which is basically almost 100 years old. And they called FDR, those who were in power, the 1%, those with the money, masters, quote unquote, they called him a class traitor because he wanted to make sure that people who had less had more so they wouldn't die. This is what you're dealing with. And so Trump is a product of that. People have to remember before Trump was a Republican, he was a Democrat. Remember, before he was the great maverick and the MAGA guy, he was he was a creature of these people in the media, Hollywood. That's why he wished he used to pay money for the Clintons, wish Ghislaine and Epstein well. Like that's not an accident. He's around all these people. I don't know how, just because he's not in politics. Remember, politics in Hollywood and the media and all of these things are a revolving door, man. Just put it like that. They're all connected to the same group of people. So while you think, oh man, we're getting this great left field businessman, he's not a great businessman. He's been bankrupt 6 times. And he's been saved because he's connected to the folks, and he gets these great estates. He gets the presidential vacation home. That don't happen if you're not connected. You're connected. It's just what it is, man. So now he's getting more power. The Supreme Court is really trying to set up the preconditions for a neo-Nazi state. And like he said, he wants to forcibly deport 11 million people. You think he's going to stop at just the foreigners? Come on, y'all. I was born at night, but not last night. Come on. If you think they have a problem with the foreigners, who's their number one target? Hold on, what's my skin? The melanated guy, the black man and woman, the foundational black American man and woman. Trump ain't stupid. Trump know black people didn't fuck with him for real. He doing all that. Yeah, black people thought it was like me for mugshots. He know that's insults, and he know he's being overtly racist. He don't give a fuck. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about that shit. This is the same guy who was ready to lynch 9 kids, Central Park 5, or 5 kids, the Central Park 5. Put out a full page ad and never apologized for it, even though they found the real murderer. It's just, and then when you point at him, same dude messing with little girls, because that's why he wished Ghislaine Maxwell a high and messing with porn stars. Come on, what we talk about here, bro? And he's trying to be the upholding the valor of morality. All that was him putting out a public lynching. That's why he put out a full page ad, because you know how it was back in the day. They would put out a full page ad and talk about lynching black people. So he was tapping into his ancestral memory. And notice no apology. He's an anti-black racist. That's it. That's just what that is, man. And now, black people, y'all have to be ready. Y'all gotta make strategic moves. That's what I'm saying. And everybody, and remember, the time period that we're in right now is the same time period, same mindset, same energy that was around in Nazi Germany. It was like a dream. People really need to go back and listen and read. That's what's so insane, how quickly all of this is happening. It really just took like one generation, not even for real. Because when I grew up in school, we was taught about Hitler, and through the animals, it was like a dream-like state, and he was able to sway this side to go for that side, and then he turned on all sides. That goes for the rank and file white people too. Y'all think y'all finna have a safe haven too? Remember, y'all work. He's not pro-worker. He's going to bust those working things up. He's going to continue to pass laws for the super rich and then shift the tax burden onto those middle and working and poor classes, quote unquote, economically. He's gonna gut the social safety net, which y'all need, but whatever. It's like backwards. So that's just what that is. But yeah, back to me breaking down the Nazi thing. Y'all have to really look at what was happening during Nazi Germany. It was like a dreamlike state. Are we not in the same mindset? It's a dream. We're all in this dream mindset where, oh, it's online is real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And yes, this fantasy stuff is reality, and it's not. Like, come back to earth. Come back to the real world. Like, we saw the reality with Kendrick versus Drake. Drake and Drake's all the Drake stands are in the fantasy world. All this whack ass shit online is somehow real life. And then when the real life reality, person who's on the ground, a Kendrick who deals in realness, who deals in authenticity, who deals in truth, it destroy fakery and fantasy and dream imagery or whatever, that false persona that was destroyed. The mask was broken in half and shattered into a million pieces. And now we're in the same thing. We're in a dreamlike world, but the reality is this dude really is trying to bid for neo-Nazi dictatorship, which will be horrible for black people. It'll be horrible for people in general, but especially for black people. Like, that means we have to be ready. That means we have to do strategic things. That's why we should have been having our own organizations a while ago, and hell, having our own candidates if we wanted it to, so we could pass things on our own, get things going on our own, provide for ourselves on our own. So that way we won't be in a position where we have to be like, damn, we're going to have to throw our hand at Biden, or we're going to have to sit this one out and really put an organization together to counter militarily, politically, socially, economically this reign of terror that Trump and the right wingers are trying to enact, basically. It's annoying because I despise the Democratic Party. Like, all their fakery with the Obama deception and Biden and us. You know, black people voted for the Democrats 3 times in the last 4 election cycles. Really, we really voted for him all times in majority. And the one time we backed off was in 2016, for real. We still kind of backed off in 2020, but we, you know, more didn't back off. And now we're at a point right now where we're like, yeah, we're not fucking with him. We want him to crash and burn, which is understandable. But we need our own alternative. We can't just have a one-party state of the Republicans and we're not the other party organized in the same manner that the Democrats are. But instead, all of our shit is what the agenda is. All of what we need, what the people need, is our shit. All of what foundational Black Americans need is our shit. All basically reparations, anti-black hate crime laws, universal income, economic bill of rights, higher wage, high skill economy, a living wage, just the whole nine. End of imperial wars, going after terrorist groups, especially domestically with the Proud Boys and all the Nazi groups and all of that, all the anti-black hate groups, like putting real shit together, curing diseases, like, you know, education, just the whole nine, bro. Full social safety net, re-establishing welfare, re-enhancing food stamps, re-enhancing Social Security, just everything, Medicare for all, just like I said, economic bill of rights, the full social safety net, all of it, everything. And everybody will be like, well, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of program. How are you going to pay for it? Because you're going to increase taxes and all of that. You can just do it through 1% Wall Street sales tax, same thing that's done in Europe, and that tax will then not only stop all the speculative bubbles, but then will also generate revenue that will be unlimited, because we don't even know how much money comes from Wall Street's buying and selling, their turnover, and they don't pay no taxes. So, on their transactions. And same time, Another revenue source is the Federal Reserve, who gives trillions with a T to these banking cartels who feel like they're above everything in a democracy, quote unquote, right? So that's another thing too. And they don't even want you to know that they're giving that, but the people ain't giving nothing. So boom, there you go. That'll fund everything: reparations, universal income, economic bill of rights, full social safety net, um, mass production, mass infrastructure projects to rebuild America, um, mass black rebuildment for all of the highway and bullshit destruction of these black cities that were destroyed by highway acts, gentrification, flooding of the waters, fires, mob whites, clans, all of it, land theft, eminent domain, all that bullshit. All of that will be included in that package. And do you see how simple that is? Why can a guy who's on the street know more than the people at the top, who's supposed to be so, so grandiose, so above it, so masterful, and all of that? And I told you how to pay for it. Wow. Oh. Uh-oh. And for all the rising prices and everything, price controls, capital controls, sales controls, exchange controls, all of it, so that things are stay set at a certain rate. And if it goes above that, we eat the losses, and they'll be paid for by the Federal Reserve and the 1% Wall Street sales tax. Oh, and the revenue generated from those two streams of income. And ending imperial wars will mean not only U.S. imperial wars, but also Chinese and Russian imperial wars. We're just not gonna have it, and all other areas too, Israel as well. We're gonna cut that budget, bitch. You ain't gonna just kill off innocent people. That's you too. Like, oh wow, oh my god. And then have real talks and truth moratoriums to tell the people what's really been happening, who's really been doing what events have been said to be one thing and really were something else, who did what assassination, who was this, what happened with that. Just truth, so that the real education comes out, and we just be at a higher state. Maybe that's not dealing with the reality of the situation, but in my mind, the reality situation is bullshit on both sides of the game. It's like if black people have to stomach it once again and get pushed further in the back of the line for another 4 more years, and prices are high and all that is crazy, and everybody's giving so much more carte blanche than us to do whatever they want. That's not cool. And so further gentrification, that's going to put us in a worse position. But then at the same time, if we do what we're doing right now and basically saying, hey, Democrats are going to crash and burn, this whole hold the ball until the clock runs out thing, the other team has their own ball and they can score baskets too. We're talking about the Republicans. And we don't have time to hold the ball because our clock will run out before their clock will run out. So we need to be creating our own team so that we can score baskets ourselves too. Like, holding out the ball is cool if the Democrats are the only party and they need us and all this other stuff. But it's not cool if another side opposite doesn't need us and we're just playing this game. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't afford to do that. And the other side is being aggressive towards our elimination. That's what's coming down the pipe. They're not saying it right now. That's why would they say that? But that's the goal. All that stop the woke. They see what that means. That means we were on the verge of revolution. We're in a revolutionary state, and in such things like that, the existing power will strike back. Empire striking back with the stop the woke movement, and it's judging the 2025, and they're trying to clamp down and hold on for their life right now. They know what this means. The end of their ill-gotten gains, the end of their decadent, evil power, which needs to come to an end because it's based on evil and decadence and deception. and destruction and looting and deceit, devilment, decay, just all the D's. And what we're bringing in is rebirth, revolution, regeneration. All we're bringing in the re's. They're bringing in the D's, and we're bringing in the re's. Revelations and all of that, man. So I just really want my people to be prepared. I don't want us to be caught off guard and get ambushed on some Rick Ross shit in Canada. You know, I don't want no Red Summer of 1919 to happen to us. No Nazi Germany concentration camp shit where they raid people's houses and all type of craziness is happening in the middle of the night and everything. I don't want that. That could be the reality. That's not, you know what I'm saying? And all this lawlessness and everything like that could be on the horizon, with them also giving immunity to police. I mean, we've already been told since about 07, white supremacist gangs infiltrating the police, and nothing was done. And now they have a overt, aggressive form, the sword form of white supremacy in the office, promoting and backing up everything they want to do. So they're just gonna go buck wild. I want us to be organized, man. I've been said this shit 5 years ago. That's why this is pissing me off, because it's just like we should have been ready 5 years ago. So, just ridiculous. But yeah, I feel like every black person of goodwill, man, woman, child, teenager, and everything in between, elder, every generation, whatever divisions that have been getting played off because of outside social engineering, maybe personal childhood traumas, relationship traumas, class traumas, your individual social interactions, and all that other shit. That don't matter right now, man. What matters right now is we gotta get serious about having each other's back. We gotta go Montgomery brawl, but this time in an organized fashion, times a million nationwide. That's why it was good that there was a unity message for Kendrick Lamar. And notice right after that, there was a disunity thing in Florida with, yeah, black on black crime, you know, all that shit. That wasn't an accident. And notice right after that, Rick Ross. Like that, we had the unity thing, and then right after we were unified, what happened? You just saw forms of disunity, forms of, when we were on the ascent, forms of the empire striking back. This is an accident. And then now Trump's getting this immunity thing. You're on the move. This energy that we're fighting against is on the move. And now we need to counter and then be proactive and keep making moves and not stop, so that we're not only prepared, we are protected, and we're able to win and end this evil. And that's real. So, like I said, any person of goodwill, y'all reach out, man, so we can start organizing. I'll do fucking conference calls and Zoom meetings to really be like, yo, we need to put together plans, How we gonna eat? How we gonna drink? Water, food, shelter. Who can we contact if something happens? Let's say a gang of neo-Nazis come to your house. Who can you, boom, real quick, press one, and who's the closest people y'all got, and then who can they activate so you can have the protection you need. That's real. Police come to your house, they raid your shit, they do some crazy shit. We need lawyers on deck to counter that. People also to counter that so you don't end up suffering what just happened in Fort Walton. It's just frustrating this didn't happen 5 years ago, because there's been calls for this for a while, man. So, like I said, y'all check this out. Y'all like, share, subscribe. I think I'm gonna just, with the Drake and situation with Rick Ross in Canada, that also looks like some bigger energy shit as well. Because, like you said, Rose is playing, and now he's getting attacked. And so, they're now trying to change the energy again, which isn't an accident. Because those in power lost this, the representative lost Drake, but the power backers, which is the ruling class of the music industry, which is the ruling class itself, lost too. And so, and black people with their unity and their movement won, and the culture won. And so now they're trying to regroup and talking about they tried to make Kendrick apologize. Apologize what? They tried to have him, they thought he was Nick Cannon. I was like, bro, are you out of your fucking mind? Now they over here, and then they tried the fake thing when, first they raided the Weeknd's house, and then nobody said nothing about that. Then they came at Drake's house, quote unquote, and they tried to blame that on Kendrick, and nobody fell for that. So now Rick Ross is in Canada, and right before that, and right after the pop-up show, Drake is talking about revenge and had a samurai sword and all of that bullshit. Baka then came out and he's talking, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then now Drake has songs with racist ass Camila Cabella. You know, it's just dirtbag shit, bro. And now the thing happened with Rose. Come on, man. Like I said, they keep trying to change the energy because we're on some high vibe shit right now. We're on some next level energy right now. And what do they have to do? They gotta bring us back down every time. Every time. So, and this is their form of it. They're taking us, we're going right back to where we were in 2020 during the uprising era. And now we need to power through that. We gotta be strategic, be proactive, and when they do stuff, we have to be aware. We have to be strategic in our moves, understand what they're doing, see what the plan is, and then move accordingly to checkmate them in all areas: politically, militarily, musically, socially, economically, and reality to rise, basically. So yeah, that's what's happening right now, man. And it's crazy. It really is. It's crazy right now. So that's that. And yeah, so I just really want our people to be prepared, and I really want to start an organization. I'm being dead ass serious. Anybody who's interested, man, let's really plan this shit out, because I don't want our people to be sitting ducks out here getting got, for real, because this shit is crazy. So, yeah, y'all go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and let's get out of this dream state. Let's get into reality. Let's get prepared. So at least if it's not even what it is, then we was at least ready. But we need to be ready for everything in all areas. That's what I'm saying. And not just with the hand game and the, you know, but self-defense wise, of course, Second Amendment rights and state law rights or whatever, federal rights and everything like that. But we need to be ready politically. But that's why we need to run our own candidates with our own organization. Economically, we need to provide and protect ourselves. Socially, putting out, creating, controlling our narrative and countering their narrative. Media-wise, musically, every form of reality that exists, we need to be, I would say, not 5 moves ahead, 10 moves ahead. And then act on every move that we've set and keep persevering and keep powering through it. So yeah, y'all go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and make sure this goes viral, because this is like a PSA to all my people, man. Because I don't feel like those in power, the people who are leading us, are leading us in the right way. All the big 5 media people that we be listening to, they not saying what I'm saying, and it needs to be said. So we were ready, not to be in fear, but to be ready, so we can protect ourselves and we can not succumb to Nazi Germany thing, where it's a mass genocide. So yeah.